Welcome to Color Compare of Red Contrast and Speed Paint, including the new Army Painter 2.0 Speed Paint colors. We have a bunch of cool reds here, and this has just exploded. So we started off with having just two reds from Citadel when they released their original contrast line, and they were very close and it was very limiting. And then Army Painter came out and they had some reds that matched those pretty close, but gave us a little bit of option there. Citadel really went for something different, and now Army Painter has released 4 new reds for us to look at. So let's take a look at those now. First thing we are going to do is take a look at any outliers, and I'm going to pull out this Dusk Red as an outlier because it is just different from the rest of the colors in the group. I don't know, it looks a little more purple on my camera screen here than it does in person. So I'm kind of looking through or not through the camera. Seems a little bit different. But it does say Dusk Red is a pale purplish red. So a little bit of purple is definitely intentional. I don't know if I would call it pale. Of course, there's it over white here on the end. So, I don't know. White, Brainmatter Beige, Ash Gray, and Silver. So yeah, that one's interesting. A little bit of an outlier for anything else we have here. I don't quite know where to put it though, so there's a look at that color. It's very unique. We're going to keep it right here, because I don't know if it's going to come back in any future videos. It wasn't purple enough to put with the purples. It's not really red enough to play with the reds. It's not really brown, so we'll see. All right, the next thing we have here are more of a magenta-y things. These weren't quite pink enough to play with the pinks, but they're pink. All right, it's pink. It's bright pink, but it's not like a bright pink. Like, we're not talking, where's this bright pink here? I have it right here. We're not talking familiar pink. That's pink. You can see these are definitely on the red end of that spectrum. Both very similar, I would say nearly interchangeable, but definitely giving that little bit of a magenta color to your models. So almost kind of an outlier, but also they match, so not really. The rest of these we can compare pretty good, and the first thing I'm going to do here is pull up this Baal Red against the magenta. These are both Citadel, so you can see how we're definitely going red here. Again, neither of these are quite pink, but that magenta definitely leaning on that magenta side. So as we get into the more pure reds here, let's take a look at one of the new 2.0 colors, Poppy Red. Very similar to Baal Red, but with a little bit more of a recessed shading, and that was a concern that some folks had with the Baal Red, was that it was just too flat. So it's almost like Baal Red with shading. Otherwise, we have some of our good old favorites here. We have our Blood Angels Red and our Flesh Terrors Red. A little bit different kind of hues there. I want to put that against the Poppy Red, that Flesh Terrors Red. Flesh Terror is just a little bit on a darker side, but given almost a little same kind of vibe almost there. It's that same little bit of a slightly pinkish, like a little magenta-y, but not quite on there. So very interesting for sure with this Poppy Red. Bringing in another new color here from Army Painter, Bright Red. We see we're definitely on the red side there, and that's matching more with this, but is lighter than the Blood Angels Red, so that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. And then we have Army Painter Blood Red and Slaughter Red. We'll bring those up here with the other colors as well. And we're seeing something a little bit interesting here with the Slaughter Red being kind of similar to that Blood Angels Red, if not leaning towards that pink side. And then Bright Red here being pretty close to Blood Red, but different on the Army Painter side. What would it be close to on the Citadel side? Maybe Flesh Terrors? Let's try it. Where does that fit in? No, not quite. Bright Red, definitely different. Blood Red, definitely different. Probably close to that Slaughter Red. Yeah, I think we did that just a moment ago. So, pretty good stuff here. Bring back our poppy red here. Let's do our new army painter colors here. We'll put the Citadel down for a moment and check out the 4 army painter reds after we've taken out the pink and the outlier. Now that, I'm going to switch them around ever so slightly. There we go. That's a nice spectrum of red. Now isn't it? Still liking that blood red as our base red. Bright red, kind of nice, filling in a little gap we had. Not sure about that poppy red. You tell me. There we have that slaughter red as well. Alright, if I owned none of these, what would I be buying? Alright, so we're going to start off with this. I would be buying one of these two. I don't really care which one. Whichever one I happen to find. Whichever one's cheaper. Army Painter's cheaper. Probably just buy that. Probably buy an Army Painter set. It'll come with it. So I'm going to get one of those 2 colors for sure. Would I buy Dusk Red? I don't know. I would have to have something that I need to paint that exact color to want that color. So I'm glad that it exists. I just can't think of a use case for it immediately. As for the rest of these, well, I think really the only thing I really want is a nice, good, solid red. And for me, that's probably this Army Painter Slaughter Red. That's probably the color I'm going for most of the time. If I had to pick another one just to keep on hand, maybe go with some Blood Angels or Flesh Terrors Red from Citadel, or honestly, whatever came in the Army Painter kits of the rest of these would be just fine with me. I really do like these new colors. I just think they're on the brighter end of the painting spectrum that I don't get to a lot. But it's nice that Army Painter has those because I do feel like Citadel focuses a little bit on the grim dark. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Hope this was useful to you. Take care. Let's get gaming.